food is scarce, there's limited availability of resources, people are wasting away, and there's utter disregard for life. Aggressive propaganda is being pushed at middle and lower classes, again, mostly containing hate towards dangerous foreigners or people who have betrayed the party, outsiders. Does any of this sound familiar? Hi, this is Jalal from Let's Talk Indian, and today we're here to talk about authoritarianism and dystopian societies. So, the question is, are we living in a dystopian society? So, to answer that, let's first take a look at what a dystopian society is. And to do that, the book 1984 by George Orwell is a good example. So, according to Orwell, authoritarianism goes hand in hand with oppression, and the ruling party of Oceania, Ingsoc, is masquerading as a socialist party when in fact it's a totalitarian regime. And here, surveillance tools are used to exert control. And there are posters everywhere that say Big Brother is watching you. And there are telescreens, which are essentially cameras that are always watching. And food is scarce, there's limited availability of resources, people are wasting away, and there's utter disregard for life. Aggressive propaganda is being pushed at middle and lower classes, again, mostly containing hate towards dangerous foreigners or people who have betrayed the party, outsiders. Does any of this sound familiar? So let's go to the main character. Main character Winston, he works for the Ministry of Truth, where history is being rewritten to suit the party's needs. The main tools that the party uses are constant exposure to propaganda, constant surveillance, and constant rewriting of history. So with these three tools, the party is able to force people to think in a certain way. And the party has realized that the party that controls the narrative wins. So there's a daily 2-minute hate that exists, and how you react during this daily 2 minutes hate is monitored. If you're not booing properly at the enemy, you'll be under suspicion for thought crimes. I mean, again, does this sound familiar? Winston admits to feeling riled up when exposed to propaganda, but he is becoming, or he's also coming undone by the oppressive surveillance because of his knowledge that history is being rewritten to suit the needs of the party. So again, it's maybe knowledge and it's awareness that helps deconstruct this whole structure. And he also begins to understand that if they're lying about one thing, who's to say that they aren't lying about everything? And he knows that one day the party might try to tell everyone that 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. And many people might believe the party, and why shouldn't they? I mean, isn't it happening in real life already? And if anyone goes back to look at the records, they'll see that it was always, the case that 2 plus 2 was always equal to 5. And another thing I want to talk about is the trust issues that people have in this world of 1984. Everybody, again, everybody in the book seems to have some or the other form of trust issues, because people report each other all the time. It could be your relatives, it could be your friends, it could be your family, your immediate family, and you don't know who's going to report you and for what. So everybody is always in a state of paranoia. They live under the fear that at any moment, at any point, you could be reported and you don't even know what it was for. And again, the whole concept of wars in 1984 is to maintain stability, and it's to keep people focused and angry and motivated about things that don't really matter. It's basically a distraction. All these wars are also unsurprisingly perpetual. They're endless, and a perpetual war is very important because borders, superstates, all of these can dehumanize and vilify people who don't conform, and people who behave differently. So hate but not acceptance should be taught, or else the system will not work. So tell me, how is this different from the world we live in today? Is it different? Is it not different? And what truly fascinates me is the concept of doublethink. And it's I think already happening in the world around us. The whole idea of doublethink is that not only do you believe what has been told to you as the truth, but you also completely eliminate whatever was the truth before you believed the new truth, right? So the theme of the book revolves around how Winston, the main character, believes 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and he believes that no matter what he is told, he will always believe that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. But according to doublethink, or with doublethink, you not only have to believe that 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, the party says so, but you also have to forget that 2 plus 2 was ever equal to 4. And that thought has to be completely eliminated. So that's kind of how doublethink works. So you believe that 2 plus 2 is and always has been equal to 5. And there's a slogan that keeps running, across the book. There's a theme, a slogan that runs in the book that says, freedom is slavery and ignorance is strength. And the whole idea of authoritarianism in the book is pretty radical. It goes, the propaganda goes something like giving up your individuality to become part of something bigger, something that will last even after your death, even after the individual's death. And that's true freedom. That is real freedom. That is real strength. That is real immortality. And this is what authoritarianism preaches, that you, by giving up your individuality, you become part of something bigger than yourself. And the novel, it shows you that how vulnerable any society can be once facts, truths are controlled and manipulated. And I think with the media houses and with the narrative that is being set today across the world, it is more and more important that we become aware of how a society can crumble, how a society can be manipulated, how narrative becomes the key important factor in setting the stage and in controlling, in giving the power. So I think it's important for us to become aware, and I would encourage everyone out there to go and read literature that talks about dystopian societies. 1984 is a good starting point, and it captures a lot of themes. I don't want to give out any spoilers. The ending of the book is something else, and I think the world that it captures, the world that it has built, it's something that you can compare with today's world, and that would truly answer the question: are we living in a dystopian world? Are we living in a dystopian society? Is this dystopia that we're living in? I mean, we have all these technologies today that is being talked about, and is this being used for us or against us? So I leave you with this thought. This is Jalal from Let's Talk Indian. If you want to see more, if you want to see more of this stuff, more of things like dystopian societies, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Peace.